Hey, what's up guys? My name is Anand and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about Google Ads Keyword Planner. So a lot of you might be using, if you're a marketer, you would be using tools like SEMrush, Ahrefs, SE ranking, and there are a bunch of other tools for keyword research. Well, today I'm going to walk you through, how to use Google Ads Keyword Planner for not only your Google Ads campaign planning, but it can be also applicable for your SEO strategy, especially in the world of AI SEO. But anyways, this video is going to be focusing more on the step-by-step plan that you need to take before you launch any advertising campaign. I'll be walking you through some tactics in terms of how to do keyword research, what type of keywords you need to include, how do you refine it, how do you do competitor analysis, and then how easy it is to integrate and pull those keywords into existing campaigns or new campaigns. So without further ado, let's get started. All right. The first thing is, I will actually show you how you need to get inside Google Ads Keyword Planner. So this is also going to be a practical demo, right? So the first thing you need to do is in your Google Ads account on the left side, click on Tools. Under Planning, you have Keyword Planner, right? And then you have three options over here. Now I'm going to be focusing on the discover new keywords because that's where a majority of you will be spending time. This is more about you providing Google two things. One is you can either provide a list of seed keywords, which is what over here, or you can start with a website. So I will show you in a bit on how to do that, but let's cover some of the basics on the strategies, right? So I've already shown you like where exactly you need to go in order to access Keywords Planner. Now the first thing is, as I mentioned, you start with a keyword. Now this is actually better because let's say you're a brand that sells shoes for instance, right? In that case, your seed keywords will be sports shoes, high performance shoes, all weather shoes. These are all like intent rich seed keywords that you can provide, right? And then what will happen is Google will automatically give you more options out of that. Or the second option is you can start with the website. So say for example, I'm just gonna start the website over here and I'm gonna say nike.com, right? And then I'm gonna hit get results. Now what Google is going to do is it's going to scan through Nike and it's going to provide all the relevant keywords that you should be using in order to run ads. As you can see over here, it's coming up with a bunch of keywords, and look at the volume and all the metrics, which I will get in a bit. But as you can see, it's super useful. You just enter your brand website domain and it will give you a list of keyword ideas. Now the best part is that this is also applicable for extracting information from your competitors. So you start with seed keyword or start with the website. So in order to start with the seed keyword, I'm going to go back. I'm going to say Nike shoes, sports shoes, men's shoes, and so on and so forth, right? You can also enter your website URL, right? And then I'm going to hit get results and look at that. It's going to analyze it and it's going to give you a bunch of results over here. 1 million searches, dear God, that's insane. And the best part is, look at this, like it's also showing you like the search volume and search trend like each month. Anyways, so I've already shown you like the two different ways, right? The next step is once you have identified or you've gotten the list, right, you need to refine it. This is very important because you can't just dump all your keywords in your ad campaign and expect good performance, because obviously there are a couple of things involved. One is the average monthly search, what is the cost for you to bid at the top of the page, right? What's the high range and low range? So for instance, sports shoes over here, this is the average monthly search volume. So it's being searched like 14,000 times per month, right? Competition is pretty high. in order to be at the top of the page. So if you were to bid on this keyword, you will be spending around $2.5. And it doesn't have any ad impression share over here, but on a lower side, it's 63 cents, right? Now, I will give you another example. Personal injury lawyer. Let's see the stark difference in why you need to do this. Whew, look at that. Personal injury lawyer. 300 searches per month. Sorry, 300,000 searches per month. And boom. $258 for a single click. Accident lawyer. $430. Like, are you kidding me? This is this is a budget for maybe a small brand for a month, but you're going to be spending around $430 if you're bidding on this keyword. So that's why it's extremely important for you to handpick every keyword and understand, what you will be expected to pay for the keywords that you're bidding, right? Anyways, that's why it's important to use this tool. Um, and then you need to also see, like, is it competitive, medium, low, high. And then you can even use, like, filters. Now this is where you will be using filters. I've already applied, like, exclude adult ideas. But then let's say, I'm gonna say text over here. Well, text keyword, I'm gonna say exclude or does not contain, um, maybe accident. It's not gonna serve the purpose of it. Apply. All right. So what it does is it's gonna exclude that particular word from the keyword, and it's gonna give you all the other, keywords. The way you use that is you typically, remove something like jobs or career or free PDF download, like something with low intent, right? You basically use that, and that's how you filter it out. All right. We spoke about applying filters, and then you refine it, right? That's why I mentioned about removing, like, certain low intent keywords or non-buying keywords. And then you can also do by, filtering by geography. In this case, you can see that on the right side, on the top right, you see this United States. You can change it to probably, I believe you can even do, like, state. So I'm just gonna exclude, like, the entire US, and I'm just gonna focus on California, and let's see how it changes. So as you can see, now you're talking about keywords that are specific to California, and these are the bid. And look at that. I think we saw like $500 or 480 earlier, but for California it's like $636. Madness, complete madness, how expensive it is. All right, now the next thing is you can use this to, like, refine it, right? And then once you are done with that, you now actually start building your plan, right? The way you do that is, and again, I'm gonna just go back to my example of shoes because I don't want to pick $600 keyword. All right, Nike shoes. I'm just gonna get results. All right, and then while it's doing that, okay, now let's say I picked, like, maybe like this one, this one, and this one. All right, what you can do is, once you have determined, okay, these are the keywords I want to use for my ads, you click on add keywords to create a plan. That's it. And then it's going to be saved, and you can basically edit it by saying that, maybe, fall campaign. You give your keyword plan a name, and then it's going to be saved, right? I'm just going to say Nike shoes, for instance, over here. Nike shoes. And now that's going to be saved in your plan. So this is basically your, like, next step after filtering, refining, identifying, and discovering, right? You can either share this, you can download it over here, and it will be exported in Google Sheet or CSV, and then you can run it by your team, and then that's how you gradually progress, right? In a typical large-scale marketing campaign. All right, you select, choose, add to your plan. The next thing is you can focus on forecasting. Now, before we move on to forecasting, I want to show you something else. You can actually click on this add keywords, and it will give you an option to add that keyword to a specific campaign. All right. Sorry, this is add keywords. Actually, let me go back. Keyword ideas. There was a way to add certain keywords. Oh wait, it's actually copy. Yes, this is also great because, okay, let's say you have created a plan, right? You can actually copy this, go back into your campaign manager inside your ad account, and then you can just simply paste it. It's as simple as that. So it's super useful actually. All right, now the next step, or the next thing I want to show you is this forecasting. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste. Look at this. I'm going to paste the same keywords that I copied. I'm going to hit get started. And what you can do is, sorry, all the same keywords. Okay, this is going to ask me. All right, so over here, this is where you are getting an almost like an idea. Like, let's say you want to run a campaign, and then let's say your stakeholder is like, okay, how much conversion can we expect? You can use this tool to do that, right? You can pick the exact keywords from this plan, and then you choose your bidding strategy. You can use maximize clicks as well. You can filter it for a specific country, state, and then let's say you choose maybe just phrase match, right? Then Google is going to give you an estimate on how much conversions you can expect for that budget, with an average daily budget. Let's say you don't have $30 per day. Let's say you only have like $10. Google is going to then update your forecast, like how many conversions you can expect, right? So that's super helpful because you can now get your forecasting done using this tool, and that will give you an idea how much should be your marketing budget or advertising budget. So that's basically this. You choose your metrics, set your budget, watch the curve, and download and share, right? You can basically download this plan, and then you can share it internally for review. All right. I mentioned about keyword planning and discovery. One thing I do want to mention is, let's say once you are done exporting for team review, it's important to also build negative keywords. So that way you are already prepared for all the keywords that's going to conflict with your positive keywords. And then you upload that to your campaign. So that way you are already taking into consideration negative keyword management and strategy while you're building your positive keywords or your campaign. So that way you don't have to spend a lot of time reviewing our search terms report, wasting a bunch of keywords and money, and then adding negative keywords one by one. So that's again something to keep in mind as an advanced tactic. All right, in summary, as I mentioned, use filters. You can use it for competitive analysis. You can even use seasonal timing trend. I mentioned about these graphs over here. Let me go back to this plan. All right, you can use this seasonal analysis to forecast like trends. So let's say you are an e-commerce brand and you want to run like holiday offer, or maybe something like Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. You can see the trends and you can bid based on that, right? So that's just something to keep in mind. All right, common mistakes to avoid: ignoring match types. I mentioned about the forecasting tool and why it's important to change the match type. By default, Google will give you broad. Do not do that. I would suggest start with a phrase match. It's a good middle ground. Don't trust the forecast blindly. It's just an estimate. It's based on your historical ad account performance, conversions, click-through rate, and also the auction and the seasonality aspect, right? If let's say your campaign setup is poor, you would get lower conversions than what was in the forecast. So take it with a grain of salt. It's just to give you an idea. Don't skip the negative keyword step. It's a great tactic to identify potential keywords that will waste your budget and add them as negative keywords straight away. Don't over rely on high volume keywords. Long tail keywords with medium search volume tend to convert better because they have good intent. And then link your Google Search Console so that way you are able to get more insights. All right, in summary, complete your initial setup, right? That is your planning. Do the discovery, add layered filtering, like multi-layer filtering, which is your volume, bid range, competition, impression, geography, which I missed over here. Organized with strategic match type, so broad, phrase, exact. And then generate and validate forecast so that you know what the budget is going to be. And then build negative keywords. And then finally push all of that into a new campaign. So that's how you can set up a very rock solid Google Ads campaign. I hope you enjoyed this video and the practical aspect of how you go step by step. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much.